Good evening and welcome to another video by Rideshare UK. Right, now a few months ago, Uber paid out our loyalty bonus. I think there was another name for it, wasn't it? Was it our appreciation bonus or something like that? And where they basically paid the top tier guys 10,000 US dollars equivalent. So whatever it was in the UK, you would have been equivalent to $10,000. Now, obviously, I mean, I kept that. I was one of the guys who got the $10,000 bonus. And I wanted to actually play around with it, see if I could actually make something worth something more than 10,000, maybe make it 20,000. Wishful thinking. Now, so what I thought was actually to do was day trade the actual rideshare industry share prices. So in this case would be Lyft and also be Uber as well at the same time. So, and what I did was set some limits to go in. Now, I think I've done a video about a few weeks ago saying I want this Lyft shares to be actually, I wanted to get it at half the price. You can always check back on the video if you think I'm not telling the truth. And today, although the Lyft stocks have been taking a hammering alongside with Uber, it came down to more or less the high. I think the highest it went to was 88. I can't remember what it was now. Let me just have a look. The highest Lyft shares went to was 88.43. If you could just watch it there, can you see that? High of 88.43. So I more or less got it half the price of the highest it's been to, and I thought I'll go in. And what I've done was just to show a video, really, a video log of how my trading on these rideshare industry will be. So what I've done is betted £1 per point, and so far you can see there I'm making a loss of 69 quid. Right, so this is the update. Let me actually show you how this, because obviously I'm going to get loads of questions about day trading and buying stocks and everything. So just one sec, let me just show you how they both differentiate. Okay, so what I've done here is done a bit of a working out actually. So basically, as an example, current Lyft share price is at $4,600. So if you're going to buy a Lyft share, it'll cost you $4,600. Right, there's two ways of trading this stock. First one is what they call day trading. This is what I'm doing. So basically, what happens there is you bid £1 or whatever amount you want to go to. You know, I'm going to go at this at £1 per point. And the advantage of this is, right, there's no dealing charge or tax to pay in this. So for instance, if the share price there is at 4,600, and if you went down to down 600 points, you know, the stock price is at $4,000. Now, obviously, that has dropped $600. If you're going to trade £1 per point, you are losing 600 quid. Right, and the next side, now this is if you was going to, just another thing I was going to say, this will require daily dealing charge as well. So every day you hold this shares on your name, you'll actually, they'll charge you a daily rate for that. Now, if you were to actually own the stock itself, and say for instance you wanted to invest £2,000, so £2,000 divided by £46 a share will give you roughly 44 shares. So, and if the same thing was to happen, this value of this stock was going to go from £46 down to £40, a loss of £6 per share, you'd be looking around losing £264. The advantage is obviously you can hold on to this without, you know, paying a daily charge. So that's the two differences between holding a stock, what they call a physical stock, physical shares. I think I spelled physical wrong down there actually. And if you're going to do a day trading like I'm doing now. But obviously, look, let me tell you one thing. I'm only doing this because I got £10,000 or $10,000, which was a loyalty bonus that was given to me by Uber, and I wanted to spend that. If I was you, I would not bet with your own money, But if you got a loyalty and if you want to try a bit out, by all means. But again, don't follow my advice. Obviously, don't follow my advice is because, as you could see there, I'm currently losing £68 already. Right. So let's look a bit more into this actually. So the questions might be, why is Lyft and Uber shares doing so bad? That is probably one of the questions you want to answered. And let me tell you something. Going into the stock market, for Uber, welcome to the big boys club. And what's happened here is Dara Shahi actually has been brainwashed by these big institutions giving him all the large. And it's not Uber himself, it's Lyft as well at the same time, because you could remember they created this buzz where you just want to go onto the market quick as you can. That was what was focused on prior to the flotation. Let's get to the market. You're losing out. The valuation's going to go lower and all that sort of thing. And they didn't really think. And one of the things they didn't really think is, let me just show you. Let's go to the actual index itself, the Nasdaq. Okay, so what I'm doing now is actually pulling up the Nasdaq index. Look at this Nasdaq, right? From 2012, from here, look at how it kept going up and up and up and up, all the way up to nearly 8,000 points. You are looking at a phenomenal increase. If you invested on the Nasdaq, you'd be making a lot of money. And obviously, Nasdaq's the technology index, and so the likes of Google, Apple, and all them sort of things, these guys would have been on this index, and this is the reason this index has done so well. Right. Now, what I'm trying to say is, if we look at this end here, you can see there's something happening. That trend is not continuing anymore, And Uber, well, Dara Shahi should have known, that this is not going to last. You got a presidential election that's coming up. You got the Brexit that's coming up over here as well. Everything's going to have an effect. And let me show. Let's have a look at the Uber price, because we looked at Lyft, which has been triggered off before. I'm just trying to pull up Uber's chart for you guys to actually. Okay, here's the Uber's chart. Okay, look at that, dreadful. Look at today. It's lost over nearly 5% of its value. It's currently trading at $31.06 or 6 cents, whatever it is. Right, and obviously I like to trade these shares. I don't want to make news up and everything. All these guys you see on the YouTube channels talking about how Uber's doing really bad, this, that, and everything. All they're getting is from these headlines there. That's all they're reading. Where I'm telling you, for Uber to succeed, let me just go back into the Nasdaq index. They have to first buck the trend. So if this was to actually go down, the Nasdaq index itself, Uber shares will have to continue with Lyft going up. And something, that is very hard for an individual share to do, because while the whole of the index is going down, you are going up. That is not going to happen. So if that Nasdaq falls down, or the Dow Jones falls down, you're going to follow the trend of the big indexes, because a lot of these companies within the indexes they got Lyft shares, Uber shares, and everything like that. So these companies will automatically drag you down. So that's the first hurdle they have to encounter, is actually bucking the trend. They have to firstly, they have to say that index is going to go up. Well, and secondly, more importantly, their price shares has to continue going up as well at the same time. So you can have the index going up, and the index is looking quite tight, as you can see there. And at the same time, if you look at Lyft share price, which we just did then, we want that to go up as well. And so far they're doing very, very poor. Now the thing is, their stocks are actually have been doing worse than the index, so you can't even really blame the index as well. They need to really buckle up. But end of the day, right? This is no playground for Uber. This ain't knocking one of the drivers and saying, look, we're going to take something out of your account for not doing this. And this is the big boys playground. And sadly, Dara Shari has been proper done on this. So just to tell you guys, I've gone into Lyft shares, and already I am losing £82 already. I'm going to hold on to it. Obviously, I'm not going to. This is going to be more of a long-term strategy, and I'll catch you guys again, hopefully when this goes up again. Bye bye now.